Today we will be studying LCM or lowest common multiple. We get a lot of these questions in grade 3, grade 4, and a lot of people who are doing O levels will actually come across questions of LCM but in its application form, right? Now, in this video, we'll be studying what LCM is, how do we calculate the LCM, and obviously for those people who will be sitting in their O levels papers, CIE exams in November, December, or in May and June, we will be studying the applications of LCM. Now, basically, LCM stands for lowest common multiple, right? This is the number, this is a number or is a multiple that appears in the timetables of the numbers whose LCM we're finding, right? Or we have to find, right? Now let's come across. Now, how do we do that? Now let's look at this. We have 2 and 3. We got to find the LCM of 2 and 3. So what we do here is we look at the 2 times table, right? So when we look at the 2 times table, we have 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 6 is 12, right? Now let's look at the 3 times table. We look at the 3 times table, we've got 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 4 is 12. So now what we're doing is we have uh, two numbers which are common in 2 times table and 3 times table, which is 6 and 12. Now, when we look at this, we're actually looking at these two are the numbers, or they're the common multiples of 2 and 3. Now, we're looking for the lowest, which means a number which is low in value. So, amongst 6 and 12, the number that is lower in volume or lower in value is 6. So, 6 is our LCM of 2 and 3. Similarly, let's look at another example. We've got 3, 6, and 9, and we've got to find the LCM of 3, 6, and 9. Now, let's look at the 3 times table, and let's look at the 6 times table, and look at the 9 times table. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times 6 is 18, right? Now let's look at the 6 times table. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 3 is 18. Now we can actually do this a little further. 18, 3 times 7 would be 21, and 3 times uh, 8 would be 24, right? And we can actually do 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 times 4 is 24. And when we look at the 9 times table, 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18. So what's common in these three? That's 18, 18, and 18. So the LCM of 3, 6, and 9 is going to be 18. Now let's look at our final example here. We've got 5, 9, and 45, and we've got to find the LCM of these three. So now let's look at the 5 times table. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 3 is 15, 5 times 4 is 20, and then we go on 5 times 5, that's 25, 5 times 6 is 30, 35, that's 5 times 7, 5 times 8 is 40, and 5 times 9 is 45. Now when you look at 9, 9 is 9 times 1, 9, 9 times 2, 18, 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 4 is 36, 9 times 5 is 45. And when you get 45, well, we just go for 1 here or 2 here. So we're going to go for 45 and 40 and 90, right? That's 45 times 2. Now, we know that 45 is actually very common in these three, what we've written down. And obviously, 90 appears in the 5 times table as well. And 9 times 10 is 90. And, 45 times 2 is also 90. So we've got two numbers which are common in 5, 9, and 45. So we're looking for the lowest common multiple, or the lowest number that appears in the times table of these three numbers. So that is 45. So 45 is our LCM. Easy, right? Nothing to it. All we have to know is our times table, and we should be good. Now, look at the application of LCM. We get this a lot when we say, why do we use LCM? Well, we use it for fractions, addition and subtraction, which we'll be doing later. And generally, when you're doing O levels, a lot of people who are doing the O levels can relate to these questions, which are the application of LCM, right? If I have hot dogs, which come in packs of 6, and I've got hot dogs buns, which come in packs of 8, so what is the number or the least number of hot dogs and buns that I have to buy so that to avoid any wastage? So I look at 6 and I look at 8. Now I'm going to look at the LCM of these two, right? 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 times 4 is 24. Similarly, 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24, and 8 times 4 is 32. So 24 is actually very common in these two. So the LCM of 6 and 8 is 24, or that means I gotta buy 24 uh, hot dogs and 24 uh, buns, so that it will avoid any wastage, right? Because it's a multiple that's common in these two. Now I'm going to do one more application. A bus A leaves every 4 minutes, bus B leaves every 6 minutes, and bus C leaves every 8 minutes. Considering that they've left at 1200 hours, when will be the next time that they will leave together again? Well, for this, we got to find the LCM. We got to find the LCM of 4, right? 6 and 8. So we're going to come up with the common multiple. So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 times 4 is 24. Now let's look at 8. 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, and 8 times 3 is 24. So 24 is common. So they're going to leave again after 24 minutes. So if they left at 1200 hours, they're going to leave again after 24 minutes, which is at 12:24 or 12 12:24 hours again. So they're going to leave again at 12:24 hours again. So that's actually the application, the two applications that we did of LCM. I hope you guys understood what LCM is. I hope you guys have understood the application of LCM. I look forward to seeing you for another video. Take care.